Okay, so let's just do a little quick review. This is to connect what we did yesterday to today's lesson. And yesterday we learned that an individual, along with group, can create a dynamic where it just causes things to escalate. A group dynamic or a group of characters can definitely influence another person. Okay, and you worked on that with your own stories. So, moving today to lesson 14, the point of the lesson today is that I want to teach you that settings may change in terms of time to provide backstory to develop the character. So backstory just means we get a little information which helps us understand why characters do the things they do. And to understand this lesson, you have to know a little bit about past, present, and future tense. All right, so let's talk about that quickly. If something is in present tense, it is happening now. All right, it is happening right now. All right, it could be like she walks, or it could be I walk, but it's happening right now. Okay? If we talk about past tense, it means it already happened. Maybe I should do that down here. Past tense, already happened. And I think there's a big clue here. See, there's ed on the end. If a word has ed, that's the most natural way. It's not the only way, but it's the most common or natural way to make something past tense. All right, so she walked. All right, notice that ed. I walked. That means it already happened. Okay? That leaves us with future tense. Future just means it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It has not happened yet. She will walk. Will walk. When you see will or shall, you're pretty sure it's going to be future tense. All right. I will walk. All right, so we fit in a little grammar lesson there for you. But you need to understand that. I'm going to carry that over to this story now. And I just started at a part of the fight. I didn't do the whole thing. I start right there at the cafeteria when he's eating lunch and Mike comes up. All right, during lunch, I was sitting. We're getting some backstory. We're getting to find out, like, what happened that we may not have been privy to or would have seen. All right, maybe we weren't quite there yet in the cafeteria. During lunch, I was sitting with a table full of friends. All right, and then it goes on to say, I hear you want to fight me. All right, so we go from past to present tense. And dialogue, lots of times, will be in present tense because it's, being said right then. Then we get future because they're talking about the fight, and he says, I'll be there. That's what Will said. I'll be there. I will, which stands for I will or I shall be there. It's contraction. Past tense again. Someone said something to me, and I smiled and nodded. All right. Said, smiled, nodded, all past tense. Past tense again. The rest of the day passed in a haze of anticipation and dread. Then future tense. It would be a fight to some extreme and horrifying limit. All right, so I just picked out some of the examples to show you that stories sometimes will go back and tell you something in past tense, even though maybe the story is being told in present tense. But they want to give you some backstory. They want to give you some information that will help you understand the story even more. Some of the easiest ways to keep track of this is to do like a little timeline. You can see I got my notebook page ready. Lesson 14, past, present, future. Settings can change in time. All right. And I have my present tense. All right. And then it might go like from present, and then you'll notice the little pup tent up to something being told in future, what will happen, back to present, right? Then maybe I get something that happened in the past to help clear up confusion. Another present tense, back to past, back to present. Now, I don't have events in here, but you can see how this like triple timeline of events can help me plot that out. That's one way that you could do that with your own story. I scratched out a real quick one here. All right. So I've got my future. It's almost like it's a graph. Present, past, but it's also the same as this. It's just not as neatly done. All right. I was sitting. All right. That's past tense. It already happened. I hear you want to fight. Present. It's happening right now. I will be there. That was future tense. Back to past. Someone said something to me. The rest of the day passed. It would be a fight. All right. And so the whole point of this lesson is just that you realize that this change in time is there for a reason. It's to give you some background information and to help develop the characters, all right? And to understand, in this case, the anticipation of this fight and how scary that's going to be for him because he's thinking ahead. So what you are tasked to do now is to take some reading material of your own. It could be another portion of the fight. It could be popularity. It could be the book that you're reading. But take a part of it and just look at the past, present, and future tense of your verbs and see what is really going on with that story. Knowledge is power. And if you understand why authors do what they do, it just makes you a better writer and it makes comprehension better for you. You're going to understand more of what you read and why things happen the way they do. And it will really help you understand how you're getting information about this character. All right. That's the lesson for today. And by the way, there were 2 videos that revolved around Snape and Harry Potter, which the links are in the lesson. If you have not watched those yet, I want you to watch them before you get to work because I think the 2 video clips are really good. Video clip 1 will show you just a part of Harry Potter's movie, and you might be thinking Snape is so harsh. But once you watch video clip 2, once you get backstory or background, then you understand Snape a little more. And I don't want to say too much, but be sure you watch that because I think the video will help you understand backstory even more. All right. See you later. Signing out.